Pete with HydroBlox West, otherwise known as Drainage Technology Solutions. We're here in Northern California. For those of you that aren't from California, we're about an hour and a half south of Lake Tahoe. There's snow up in Lake Tahoe. It's the end of February, but I want to show you exactly how to install HydroBlox. It's as simple as this. You dig a trench, and in this case we're using trenchers. I mean, you could do it by hand, but I don't know why you would. I'd rather rent a trencher, or if you have a trencher, you got a trencher. And you put the board in. All the board has to do is touch. Sometimes we overlap them. You can overlap them. I usually just butt them up on flat runs. Now on hillside applications, I always overlap them by a couple of inches to account for any hillside movement. But literally, we dig the trench. You have to be at least 12 inches deep because you want at least 3 inches of materials. That material would be sand or soil on top of the board. And if you have questions as to why that's necessary, give me a call and I'll explain it. But suffice it to say, you have to have at least 3 inches of material on top of the board for level runs. And that's really one of the best features of HydroBlox. You can move water over a level run. I don't need slope like a French drain. So we dig the trench, we put the boards in, we butt them up against each other good and solidly. And what you'll notice here is I have 2 boards in this lower trench. Now the reason why I have 2 boards in this lower trench is because in this field, this is a community field. This is where people come to play catch with their kids and fetch with their dogs. Okay, well now down here in this corner where we're now working, this gets really soggy. When we go out there, you can see the flags. That's where it's marking, that marks where the rest of the runs are going to go. Out there we'll go single board, but down here we have a natural slope, and down, let's say about 20 feet, 30 feet out from where I'm at right now, it starts getting really soggy. And so what we're doing is we're scaling up. Each board can move 14 gallons of water per meter per minute. Each board, when it holds water, instead of conveying water, actually can hold 6 gallons of water. So by having 2 boards, I've just doubled the capacity, and I'm doubling the capacity down here where it's really very soggy. But let me show you how we're doing this this field. Come on and follow me. And actually, I'll take the phone from here and show you what we're doing. Imagine an upside down Christmas tree. So you see these branches, they're feeding out like this. And what we're doing is we're taking advantage of the natural fall, the natural slope. And so we're going to have one main trunk line going up this way, and these branches are going to connect to the main trunk line, and then the main trunk line is going to run into this inlet. And what we're using for an inlet in this job is what's called a stormwater box. This is a box that's made out of the boards. The boards are 7.5 feet long, and when you make a box out of them, that stormwater box right there will hold 65 gallons of water. And so what we're going to do is we're going to have all of our runs come into this stormwater box. This stormwater box will then be connected to that inlet. That inlet then will dump all the water over into that gully. And so what we're doing at this project is basically 2 upside down Christmas trees. We're going to have that main run that I told you, the trunk line. We're going to have the branches coming in. We did all the drainage around this gazebo, and what you can see over here, we already did the same thing over here. So you have main trunk line and you have branches coming in, okay? And then we have one diagonal going into that trunk line. We're going to put a couple more diagonals going into that trunk line. And again, we're bringing everything down into a stormwater box, and then the stormwater box will connect into this inlet. Inlet will daylight its water over into the gully. So as you can see, this is a community field. This is where kids come and play. This is where people play fetch with their dogs and catch with their kids, catch with their kids or whatever. But anyway, that's it. That's how you do drainage in a big field, and that's how you do installation. You can do that in your own yard, and it's that straightforward. This is Pete from Drainage Technology Solutions. For more information, go to HydroBlox West. That's HydroBlox with an X, or drainage-technology.com. Again, drainage-technology.com. And that's it. This is Pete, over and out from Northern California.